Yeah, I mean, that is a dirty word.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, if you host the server yourself, yeah, then obviously, and you want to keep it up and running all the time, then yeah, you will need to buy a second copy. But I mean, put it this way. Yeah, no, what it was is just a bot. You clicked on it and it got access to your IP address. So Hoss was its name, the original name, and it was a big thing in Twitch for ages, and Twitch sort of somehow stopped it because people were complaining it was constantly spamming people's streams, and then it came back, and then it changed its name. Yeah, it changed its name, kept changing its name. So there was quite a few of them, and there would be, like, I have 5, 6 different names of the same one startup. As soon as I went live, that would happen. And then occasionally a few times after that. Yeah. I mean, I get what you mean. Thanks very much, Car. I get what you mean, but it's a difficult thing. I mean, one of the only things around it, way around it, is if you have one of your computer, you have your Steam account on 2 computers, and you use one of your computer as family friends, or keep it as it, but when have it as offline when you go to play farming sim, and have the other one that you're on all the time is online on Steam. I will have a look for that on Google. But the other thing is probably just wait until it's really, really cheap on special, because it's still cheaper than getting a dedicated server, because you've got to pay monthly for a dedicated server. So over a couple of years, you'd spend a lot more than you would on to buy a second game, second copy.
You do have to have a computer that runs 24/7 too, right?
Yeah. But that's the reason why you would need 2, because you want one of his PCs 24/7.
Yeah. I mean, one big thing for me personally is that 22 runs smoother than 19 ever did. On 19, my laptop would be running hot like crazy within an hour. 22, it does not happen. Just doesn't. Yeah,
you got a 7000. That's what I mean. It's still cheaper than buying a dedicated server if you bought a second copy. That's the only thing, you know. In the end of the day, you got to decide whether you don't want to buy it, whether or not you want to have a server or not. That's just something you've got to do. And you either got to go, right, and I'll do it, or I don't.
I mean, what does a copy go for? 30 euros? $30 US or something like that? 35?
I don't know. The other thing you could do is
$25 US for the 3 months of the dedicated server, right?
Yeah, something like that. That's New Zealand. For US, it's cheap.
Oh.
Cheap. It was like $10 US a month or something. The Natrado. But if you do that over 24 months, that's $240.
See.
The other thing you could possibly do, I don't know when it would happen or if it will happen, they did it with FS19, is if you've got Epic Games might end up doing a free, giving away for free.
Yeah, that happened last year around Valentine's.
Yeah,
that's not true.
It happened twice.
It was still streaming 2 years ago.
Epic Games had Farming Simulator 19 free twice.
Yeah. Twice.
And soon, if you haven't got it, they've got City Skylines for free coming up this week. Yeah, they could do. You just don't know with them what they're going to do. Mind you, I have noticed the games that they're giving away free now aren't of games that were expensive. Oh, I missed out on that, didn't I? Cultivating the field I did over there. Who got that one? Was that you, Smeeto? Field 32.
32. Yeah.
Hey Dave, mate, how are you, buddy? Yeah, I noticed on Epic their game, free games are rather on the cheap game category than they used to be, so maybe Fortnite's not as popular as it once was. They haven't got the cash coming in to give away good free games.
Maybe they're saving up to buy Roblox.
Actually, I wasn't paying attention, that's what, because I was busy doing other things. That's probably why I missed out on that. Mind you, you probably had it while I was had my 2 contracts anyway.
Your workers are not working.
My workers. That's because the traders just got back from delivering the potatoes. It's just heading towards the potato harvester now. Yeah, I'm good, mate. What about yourself? I'm hot, because it's hot again.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's another stipulation of this competition. Because we didn't have any farms, we had to do contract work to save the money, which I still got to do now because 3 of us have got farms. DJ's the only one who hasn't been able to buy a farm yet. And we can only have 2 contracts at a time, but if you miss a stream, then you're allowed 3. Yeah, I'm not a big, I don't know much about Roblox or whatever it's called. Oh, I know what I can do.
Isn't Roblox just a Minecraft clone?
I don't know. Like I said, I have no clue. That trailer emptying out the potatoes only holds 22,000 litres. I'm going to grab my 60,000 litre one. Oh, yeah, see, I don't watch the news these days. I find the equivalent of watching a soap opera. I tend to stick away from it.
Yeah, it's just depressing at the moment.
Oh, yeah, but it's all about drama, isn't it, these days? The drum up business. You can't rely on the... You watch different news and read shows and read different articles and they'll give you a different account of the same situation.
I think for me it's the saturation of the word shocking in headlines. Like, oh, no, they're shocking this and shocking that and this will shock you. I'm like, I am not neither overwhelmed nor underwhelmed. I'm merely whelmed, and so shock is not a word for me anymore.
Yeah, but drama sells, that's the thing, you know.
Yeah, the thing is that they put shocking in titles about a celebrity affair as well as an attack of a superpower towards a neighboring country.
Yeah, most of the time you don't know. Unless I'm there and see it, I don't believe it. That's my authority. That's my whatever belief these days. Yeah. Most of the time the news doesn't affect my life anyway, so... Or I can't do anything about what's happening. That's where I need to go.
Yeah, but only you can prevent forest fires.
Really, dude?
Pretty sure there's a comic somewhere where Smokey the Bear attacks a person. It's like, only you can prevent forest fires. Why haven't you prevented the forest fires? It's just one more random dude.
Yeah. So we're in control of the lightning and the heat. Yeah, well, so there is always one more side to the story, but there's also people who hear a story and then get their version of events in their head, and they're just making an assumption of what happened because they weren't there to see it or understand it or find out. And just people in general that tend to jump to the wrong conclusion in life. It's just a human nature thing we do. And usually, yeah. But the news is worse. Because like I said, for me, it's about viewership now. It's not about delivering news and keeping you informed. It's about getting the most viewers, and the worse and more dramatic you sound and more terrifying you make it sound, the more views you can get. Because it gives everyone something to talk about.
Yeah, it's because the news try to sell products as well, with the advertisements in between. That's what I like about German news. No advertisements during the news.
During the news? I don't get it. I mean, we get advertised. The news has advertising, but so does every other program on TV. You have an ad break.
Yeah, not in Germany. You have the news, and after the news you get an ad block. Maybe before, but not in between. When you have the news, you have the news. There's maybe one news clip when it switches from news to weather. Then you get one. Also have to change the studio, but that's about it. Nothing in between. No banner ads on the bottom or something, anything like that.
No, I don't get banner ads here, but the advertising, it's always been advertising here because advertising's paying for the network. So.
Yeah,
and it gives you a break.
Hesitant to call it tabloid news, but yeah, corporate news. It does have ad breaks and all the rest of it, but the government-sponsored channel, so the Australian Broadcasting Commission, ABC, that one is purely ad-free. So the only kind of breaks they have is coming up at 7 o'clock tonight is XYZ show. And that's it. It's like no sponsors.
Yeah, but even the privately owned companies are not allowed to bring advertisements during the news show. They are allowed right before. Basically, you have an ad break, then the news starts, then you have an ad break, but not during the news show itself. It's not allowed.
Okay. Mind you, I brought up with it all my life, so that's probably why I don't see anything wrong with it, because it's just natural. I mean, they have all the main news and everything else like that, and then they have an ad break, and then they'll come back with sort of community news and sort of little features, and then they'll have an ad break, come back, do the sport, then they'll have an ad break and come back and do the weather.
Yeah, that's why the news shows in Germany are rather short, because they only give the facts. No big pieces and sensationalism, well, less sensationalism.
Yep. Thank you for the follow there, Rafa Dog Gamer. How you going today? Hope you're all good. You're still in your weekend, the end of it. We've got the rest of us on here on our Monday. Right, what I should do is change this and save myself a bit of money because I've got nothing else to do really. So we're on field 33.
Oh, geez.
And I want to go to, it is, I think it's Feeding Grain South. I hope it is. Let me just confirm that. Where'd you go? Feeding Grain South it is. Okay. It helps if I actually turn it on. That way it will go empty out the harvester, and then I'll take over from the harvester once that's done. Ooh. I need to find the remote that turns the sun down. I don't even know what the temperature is today. Mind you, it's probably because we've just had, like I said, bizarrely for this time of year, single figures. And then it's just gone hot again, so I doubt it's been like it was in the mid-30s as it was a month ago, but it just feels that way because I got back used to being used to the colder temperatures. Yeah, see, we're only like 29. We haven't even hit 30 degrees yet. That's Celsius for those watching in America. So if you want to know what that is in Fahrenheit, I've got a really good mate that knows everything. His name's Google.
Well,
He'll tell you.
It's cloudy with a high chance of rain in Wellington, but that's nowhere near you, I suppose.
2 hours. But Wellington's got a totally different, windy city.
Yeah, I was going to say their max for today is supposed to be 18 Celsius.
Well, the thing is we always get sort of like, oh, you're going to have rain and all that, but it's usually sunny here.
And it's always sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Go.
That was funny.
So yeah, no, it's alright. They always roll. Summertime, when you get the weather in summer, they'll tell you like tomorrow's forecast. Just add two weeks to it, and that's when it will turn up. Let me get rid of all these lines.
So I would be ready to sleep.
How nice.
And as am I. That's a 2-to-1.
DJ, where are you? Running a bit late. So hang on. Just 2 seconds there, buddy.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Let me just line up. Because I was on mid-turn. No, I was on mid-turn. I had to stop it. So if I'm going to stop it, I might as well line it up.
You can have the helper going while you skip.
Well, the whole point of me doing this was stopping the helper from doing this and save myself some money. Alright, go on, you annoying lot. Have your sleep. I was outvoted 2-to-1. Who came up with democracy? I don't like it. I like it when it works for me. Oh, we got rain. Thank goodness I'm doing potatoes. Right, do we have any
We do not.
any no, we don't have any contracts.
So I'm ready to sleep.
Of course you are. So that's one of the things with this competition, because we're all stuck on doing contracts until we can afford to have our own fields to work on. If anyone's got nothing to do, and it's a majority on that aspect, we sleep. Otherwise, we don't sleep until 9 o'clock at night.
I mean, potatoes can be harvested in September still, so...
Well, hopefully they can be harvested all the way through, because I've got it as a contract. Otherwise, I'll be very, very disappointed, considering how much I'm getting for this.
Yeah, but September is a new month, so probably new contracts. I know.
Probably.
So who's
Gonna go with negative because I'm gonna step outside for a breath of fresh air.
You are on my Christmas list, Patrio.
Oh, that's okay. I've literally spent the entire hour doing absolutely nothing because no contracts, nothing needs tending to. So, so far this entire stream, I've done nothing. I've been winning Nobel Prizes by being outstanding in my field.
No, the problem is this thing's so slow, but also the fact it's got a turning circle of the Titanic.
Yeah, the potato. I have had enough for potato harvests and sugar beet harvests for a while. It's just.
At least Stevie's released one, I think. Oh no, Stevie does have one. It's just that it doesn't give us the contracts, does it?
No, it will not give you the Steam mod for contracts.
I think there is a mod that will do that, to do with contracts. That was that better contracts mod. The one I decided against because I had to press a button to refresh the contracts. With the one we got, we don't. But I mean, it was pretty much the same as this one. That's the only difference, I think, is that one will add more options of equipment you can use, where this one, it actually redoes the pay, how much you get to a more suitable amount, I believe the description was for the field. Alright, come here, auto drive. Come and empty me out. You've got to get to me before I reach the end of that next year. What are you doing? Don't drive on the crop. What are you doing?
Nice crop.
Not only do I have avoid fruits on for auto drive, it drove into the crop and then it drove right in front of me. Decided it wanted to play chicken with me and it was winning big time. There we go.
DJ is still blocking 2 fields.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, he's blocking 3 fields actually, 35, 23 and 73. Yeah. 2 potato and 1 soybean.
Maybe we need to give him a message to see if he's coming. And no, we need to know because he's blocking fields. I mean, it's been, what, an hour almost?
It is almost exactly an hour, yeah.
Yeah. But how late is he running? He was obviously by his PC to let us know that he's going to be running late.
Well, he could have sent the message via his phone, so there's the Discord app.
Where is he? I'm just messaging him now. This is fun having the keyboard so far away from me. Hopefully he replies to that, but I probably won't see it. Oh, this is painfully slow. This is why I like Stevie mods. Mind you, there is that mod that was in 19 that came out for 22 where you can adjust the working speed. But I decided against having that on on this. These are the Stevie one, you know, even though his works faster, it's set to one speed where you could go ridiculous with it. And what's even worse is because it gives a bit of a bracket between the standard speed either way, and because Stevie's standard speed is high, you can go even further with it. So it gets a bit ridiculous. I suppose I could clear the cosplay course off this. I don't think I need that anymore, so I could probably delete that. Field 71. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can delete that. And field 9. And still didn't make it down to the end of the row. I should just turn it off, go quicker. We've got some corn here. Actually, that's the point. I can't remember if I bought a corn header or not. I did plan to.
I don't think you have. I didn't see one last time anyway.
Yeah.
They are fucking expensive, that's what they are.
I know you said friggin', but it didn't really sound like that. It sounded like the non-PG word.
Would never do that.
Just because your connection today, whatever it is.
I think I started saying the non-PG version and then turned it to friggin'.
I would go with refreshingly expensive.
Yeah.
Refreshingly expensive, right?
Upliftingly expensive. Because once you spent all that money, you become so light you'll start floating away.
Yeah. So, Mr. Patrio, would you be ready to skip the night then?
I want to park my trailer again, yeah.
I take it you've been re-watering your greenhouse.
Just let me know before you do it, because I'm just turning once I'm on the straight and you can go for gold.
Yeah, he will take another 10-20 seconds at least.
And how much of this? I've done 76%. Oh, where's me? Oh, my wheel. My blooming wheel. I thought I'd straighten it up, I hadn't, so I went to go press the button. And the button wasn't there. Someone moved it, namely me.
Button wasn't there to take it to the fair.
I mean, it looks like DJ is almost done with Field 35. He just seems to have to deliver.
Yeah, well, I've still got one, hang on, 1, 2. 10 rows to go, and at that speed I should be done by August the 2nd next year.
Alright, Mr. Patrio, ready?
Yep.
Oh, I've only got 3 hours of grass. No, all my grass is used up. I've got to find some grass.
Get them sell a few chickens again.
It's a bit dark. Oh, I'm all full. Whoops, I wasn't even paying attention to me. My capacity. How much was in the potato stealer here? Right, are you able to do it properly this time, AI? Auto drive. I rave about you all the time. Oh, okay.
Are we spinning the wheel or are we just snatching him up?
We'll spin the wheel because I've got a spare slot. As we've taken a good look at Auto Drive's Avoid Fruit feature. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's on. Actually, maybe I'll... Avoid Fruit, yes! Maybe that's set to avoid fruit as in to avoid getting it out of your harvester. There we go. Alright, so what do we got in the way of contracts? A few. Some spraying and some sewing. Alright.
A few.
Alright, I'll get the wheel ready then. For those of you, what we do is when we start a new day and we pretty much got no contracts or half a contract, allowment, whatever it is the two, then we use a wheel to decide who gets to choose first, so we're not all racing at them. And then after that, it's just pretty much, after we've got our start ones, it's pretty much grab one when you finish one. But we've actually got to finish a contract and collect it before we can get another one. So let me just bring that up and let's get the wheels spinning, because I've got DJ here too, but he's not here, and I don't know if he's replied yet either. So first up would be, as always, Smudo.
Really, or are you just joking?
No,
Not really.
really.
All right. All right, I accept the contract.
You accept it? Next up is
Smudo again.
someone who's not here, so now I can get rid of his names. Me, by the looks of it. I'm next on the list, so I can pick the only one I can here. So I'm going to pick, what am I going to pick? I'll pick a sewing job. There's a $4,000 one there. What's that for? Barley. All right, I'll take that one. That's on it. Yeah, I'll take that one. Okay, next up is going to be, well, I've got to get to this thing and spin the wheel, don't I? Patrio. That's interesting, that sound's actually coming through on OBS because I've got that on a separate channel.
Contract accepted.
Next up is Smudo. I'm just going to get normal helper to work on this one and go over and do me, what am I seeding, aren't I? Oh, that's the other mod we put in, by the way. Oh, I didn't tell you the mod, so... oh, yeah, I was going to do that at the beginning, wasn't I? Okay, so the new mods we got in, Stevie released a mod pack, that's mod pack 10. Unfortunately, he didn't fix his one of this with it, so I can't have his one would be my purple colour. Barley, let me do that before I forget. And what field am I going to? Field 50. That would be the one flashing. Yeah, so, but he did, what did he do? He did the cotton harvester, the case cotton harvester, a whole bunch of